And today, on this day, I'm going to make one commitment to you. The commitment is that in the next 1 year, next March, you guys are going to come back to this video, and believe me, everything about you would have changed. Each and everything about you would have completely transformed. If you guys are with me, I am ready to take responsibility for all of you. If there's one thing that I can tell you that I struggle with the most, it is decision making. And that is the reason that it became so difficult for me to honestly be put in any situation that involved two paths. I always used to feel like there's this pressure of actually making the right decision, making the right choices. And if you're anything like me, you'll understand that you feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. So you feel like whatever decision it is that you have to make, whether big or small, you feel like, what if I had chosen the other one? And that is a struggle that I totally understand. In this video today, I am going to tell you of a systematic way in which you can make your decisions. It is honestly never about the right or the wrong decision. It is about how you make a choice and then make it the right one. One of the things that I have learned that it is very difficult for us to make a decision or to make a choice because we are in that situation. But when we look back, when we take a step back and actually look at the situation objectively, which means that maybe what if this situation is happening with a friend? What advice would I give that person? A decision becomes much more simpler. In this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about a very systematic approach to decision making that not only involves what your mind has to say, but also what your heart says. And believe me guys, when your mind says something, it's always a calculated and an analytical response to a situation. But when your heart says something, no, it is that gut feel. It is not like you need to go with your heart or your mind. It's about taking a combination of both and then moving forward in your life. As always, I'm going to leave the PDF that I show you in this video in the description down below. Please make sure that you take a printout and honestly use this as much as possible, no matter what decision you have to take. And in time, you will see that you won't even need the planner. You could do the whole exercise mentally. Before we head into the planner and start it, there's one thing I need to address, which is that we have reached the 5,000 subscriber mark, and I couldn't be more elated. I'm so happy. I was literally dancing when we reached that milestone, and honestly it gives me so much pleasure, so much joy to have been here with you guys. And today, on this day, I'm going to make one commitment to you. The commitment is that in the next 1 year, next March, you guys are going to come back to this video, and believe me, everything about you would have changed. Each and everything about you would have completely transformed. If you guys are with me, I am ready to take responsibility for all of you. I'll be honest with you guys, I have very big plans for the new age yogi. Sometimes when I look at them, they just scare me as to how much needs to be done and how little have I accomplished till now. But this next 1 year is going to be a journey that I am going to take with you guys. And believe me, whoever is a part of this journey will come back to this video 1 year from now and write in the comment section saying thank you that I took the plunge of being with the new age yogi, because I am completely transformed into a different person. I am more productive, I am more spiritual, I have more amount of time for my friends and family, I am following my passions, I have become this person that people around have started appreciating. I am more loving, I am more caring, I am just a better human being. And so all of you that are ready to take this journey with me, please leave a comment for me in the comment section down below. We are going to make the next 12 months, the year of transformation, of inner growth, of inner peace. We are going to find everything, but I need you to be there with me. That's all I need. For the purpose of going through this planner, I'm just going to take a beautiful example. So for example, you are in your current job. You're extremely happy where you are. You're someone that is learning each and every day. You're having a great time at your workplace and you have great friends here. So now you're getting an opportunity from another workplace. Maybe your ex-boss called you, or a relative called you, or an ex-colleague wants to pull you in. They are paying you much more money, but it's a smaller organization. But you are going to be able to be a big fish in a small pond. So it is very crucial for you to understand all the facets of this situation. So the first thing that you are going to do is write about your situation. Now when you are writing about your situation, write in as much detail as possible. Do not go over the pros, the cons, just write about what you feel. The next question that we come to is whether the decision that you're trying to take is an important need or an impulsive want. If you didn't have the job that you are currently working in, this would become an important need. But now, just because you have this job, but there is probably more money, more power, better friends, better friend circle, maybe it's giving you a better position, that is the reason that you're wanting to go ahead with this job, this becomes an impulsive want. So you have to make it very clear as to whether this is an important need or something that is an impulsive want. This is what is going to base the next part of this planner on. Getting this job opportunity might make you feel excited, but someone else might feel extremely frustrated because of this. Someone might just be more confused. Right? So it is very important to determine how you're feeling about this situation, because this is going to help you circle back to actually feeling objectively, which means that you are not affected by the situation at all. You are taking an informed choice. Now, this is something that I like to do before any decision that I make. I like to weigh the pros and the cons of the situation. And honestly, I try to do it as objectively as possible, which means that I don't have any biases. So the first thing that you need to do is understand what are the pros. So you may have, say for example, 5 pros in a situation, correct? And you may only find 2 cons in the situation, which means that your pros are greater than your cons, which means great, go ahead with this situation. But if you see that the cons are actually becoming much larger than the pros of a situation, then you should not take the decision and actually stay where you are. So in this situation, maybe the pros may be more money, more power, working with better people, having a better environment, having more work-life balance, but you may have cons that you are not being able to grow. A very quick shift in your job might actually result in your CV getting hampered. You may not really have anything to show for yourself in the current organization. So you have to basically see what are the pros of the situation and what are the cons, and very, very objectively see how many pros are there, how many cons are there, and then weigh it out together. This will give you at least a random idea as to what is a decision that you should be making. But do not base all your judgment on this. Next, we move on to what is the best case and what is the worst case scenario that you can have. So maybe the best case scenario that in this situation you could have is that maybe you get a raise at work. The worst case scenario could be that probably, your friend or your colleague or your ex-boss that actually offered you the job might not want to keep any ties with you. I think one of the best things that this does for me is that whatever worry I have, just actually transmits into the paper. After this, I always feel like there is no tension on my mind. All the tension is actually gone into the paper. And that is the only reason that I included this in this list. Like I said, we don't only go with the pros and the cons and look at it in a very mathematic way, what we also do is understand what our gut feeling says. So what is your gut feeling saying in this situation? Maybe it could be that, stay in this organization, you're going to get a very big promotion very soon. Or it could be something that says that, go for this opportunity. Maybe this opportunity is a once in a lifetime thing. So it is very important to consider what your gut says, because honestly there is a sixth sense in us that is always guiding us. So please take into account what your gut feeling is telling you at this very moment. The next part that we come to is the final action. But before you actually head over to this part, what I would want you to do is go over this entire list, whatever we spoke about. Read once again whatever you wrote about. Read once again what are the things that you are feeling, whether it is important, whether it's impulsive, what are the pros of this situation, what are the cons of this situation, what is the best case scenario, what is the worst that could happen in this situation. Understand what your gut is trying to tell you, and believe me guys, by the end of it, you're going to yourself write what your final action is. If you've honestly gone back, read the whole thing, you will have it in your mind what your final action is. You don't need to ask 10 people around you as to what should I do, what should I do, what should I do. You are going to know, because your inner self is going to tell you what your action should be. After this, we come to the next steps. Now, it is very important to write down what your next step is. So whether you are staying in the current job or you're moving out, firstly, you will have to have one bad conversation with someone. So maybe write down point by point as to what are the things. So for example, if you are planning on not taking this job, make sure that you write down why you're not taking this job and actually make it so clear to the person that they understand your reason and sympathize with you rather than actually feeling bad about the situation. Also, always make sure that if there's someone that is getting upset because of this whole situation, you try to make it up in a certain way. So maybe you can send them flowers, maybe you can send them some chocolates, maybe you can just write a nice apologetic text. But please make sure you do that, because your relationships are very important to maintain. And last but not the least, I think this is a quote that you should stick with, which is that be brave and be fearless. To know that even if you make a wrong decision, you're making it for a good reason. The reason should be clear to you, nobody else. That is all from me in this video, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care. I will see you next time.